So last session we discussed about some important string functions in JavaScript, how to handle strings. So string functions, and yesterday we learned about this up to last index of, these are the options. Now some more string related functions are there, so that we will see how to handle that. So these are the functions. One is starts with, ends with, concat. All these are the string functions. So how to use them? Simple example. Let's see. If we know this functionality, then we can simply handle them. Example, I showed you how to deal with that. The next option is we need to understand about how do we work with the other functions. So what is starts with is nothing but, so it verifies whether the string starts with specified character starts with specified character or characters, right? And returns true, and it returns true. Similarly, ends with is used to, it verifies whether the string ends with specified characters, and returns true. True or false, right? True, false. If not, then it will return false. If else, then it will return true. So start with and end with are used for handling that functionality. So generally, we can check whether it starts with and ends with or not. Any word, any character you can compare. It returns true or false, actually. It returns true or false. So for example, suppose I am giving some styles or some effects. Suppose example, I will give here some string2.html. Okay. It is used to return true or false. So let's put a script, a function f1. Just call the function f1 just to understand the syntax. So we have var class name. Suppose class name is equal to, it is having text centered, that is the class name. And we are writing some condition. If class name dot starts with text, If it starts with text, that means if the condition is satisfied. Then if it is text, then document dot write, document write. So the class you defined is will apply text effect, will apply text effect, will apply text effect. That's how we define. So else document dot write. So the class you defined is some miscellaneous, like this, means something else. It belongs to some other category. The class you defined, so will apply text effect, and the class you defined is some miscellaneous if it is not starting with text. Like that, we can write multiple conditions actually. That means, for example, you can use else if. You can use else if, and you can define another condition. So class name dot starts with form, right? If class name starts with form, then we can put another message. So message is document dot write. You defined form effect. You defined form effect. Else you define some miscellaneous. Like that, multiple conditions we can define. So you define text, you define form effect, like this. That means according to what we have applied, it is going to print that particular, because it is starting with text. It is starting with text. Then it says the class you defined will apply text effect. Suppose I given the class name as something form group. I'm defining like this. Then it will display different. You defined form effect. I'm adding some other class name, like suppose we have table hover, like this. Then automatically it says that the class you defined is some miscellaneous. So if it belongs to text, suppose say text primary, then automatically it says that the class you defined will apply text effect. So later we can use it in proper example, but first you need to understand. So whether it is returning that particular in the beginning, it's starting with that particular or not, that we can configure. We can define starts with, we can define ends with, right? We can configure those options. Already char at and last index of some examples I given. So starts with and ends with are used for this particular part. This is starts with, that means it is starting with that specific. Similarly, so if it is ending with specified, then we can verify. For example, suppose this is an example for that. This is an example for start with and end with. So this is an example for start with and end with. Start with, end with also you can try the same. For example, suppose instead of starts with, you are writing, so here it is ends with. Suppose if it is like primary, that means it is primary color. Then we have to define. So this is primary color. And if I defined, suppose ends with suppose danger, then it says this is error color. So else, so then one more option I defined, like this is miscellaneous color, something else color. So based on which one they have defined, if I say text primary, then it says primary color. This time ends with, right? If I say text danger, then it says that this is danger spelling ends with spelling, ends with. Then it will display danger, this is error color. If I define something else, text warning, text warning, and it says this is miscellaneous color. So if I define not only text, anything, suppose BG warning, BG primary, BG primary, that means it is background primary. That means it says that this is primary color. So it doesn't care what you are starting with, it cares whether it is ending with that specific or not. Then we have to define the option ends with, starts with, ends with. These are the two options which is used to verify whether the character starts with that particular or not, ends with that specific character or not. Right. Now another option is concat. Concat is used for joining two or more strings. That means you can combine two or more strings. It joins two or more strings and return in one string. So that is for concatenating. That means it joins two or more strings, and returns a new string. It joins two or more strings and returns a new string. For that we have to use concat. So for example, suppose multiple strings. Suppose I am defining here. So var msg1 is equal to some hello, and var msg2 is equal to 3 is equal to welcome to JavaScript. So I need to combine all the var msg is equal to, I need to combine msg1. So that we have to concat the other strings, that is concatenation of string will be in same order how you have written. That means first hello according to msg1. Printing, that means then it's to print all combined to welcome to JavaScript. That means all these are combined into one. So many times when you enter first name, last name, you enter city, state, and address. All the details need to be collected and combined into one address or one name like details. Such concatenation we can do by using concat. This is an example of how do we concat the functions, how we can concat the functions. Another important is local compare. Actually, local compare is used for comparing two strings, Actually, what happens is it will compare two strings and it returns -1. It returns -1, it returns 0, it returns 1 like values. Technically, point is nothing but usually 0 means the two strings are equal. So if the two strings are equal, then it returns 0. It returns 0. It will return -1 and it will return 1. That is important to understand. Actually, local compare, it is used to compare two strings, And important here is it will return a number. It returns a number, and it will verify whether both are equal or not. It returns a number 0 if both strings are equal. That is what actually local compare. And important is it returns 1. It returns 1 if not equal. Here one more option is there. Actually, option is it is also verifies whether it is same or it is completely different. That means even it verifies the order also. Order. That means order is nothing but if the string 1 is sorted before string 2, then it returns -1. That is one important option. That means it can even verify also. That means it returns 1. So after sort, it returns 1. It returns 1 actually. It returns 1. If not equal, and after the sort. What is sort? That means it means that actually string 1 is sorted after string 2. That means actually you can compare and you can even sort also. That means before sorting, after sorting, it will compare. And one more is it returns -1 if not equal and before the sort. So this requires one more additional thing is sorting, whether you are using sorting or equal to some AB. Okay. str2 is equal to AB. In this case, it returns 0. If both are same, it returns 0. If str2 is equal to CD, if it is CD, that means that string have characters which are after that string 1 AB. After that string 1 AB. In that case, what happens is it will return it value before it. That means string one paired with string, and string one is paired with string two. String one contains the values which are before string two, which are so before CD, that is order also it compares. This is required in order to understand whether that particular character is present or not. Whether that particular character is present or not. Right? Actually, this is for using a comparison to verify the sorting order actually. To verify the sorting order, whether they are in the same order or anything is before or after, we use this local compare, right? That is what actually local compare is. So it is good for sorting order, right? That is how we define. And how to use sorting order, one in array concept, I will tell you how we can display that. So initially what I can do here, suppose I'm asking for where password is equal to 1 2 3 4, and where I'm defining confirm password is equal to, that is also 1 2 3 4. Then if password dot, so if password dot local compare, if password dot local compare with password, means with the compare password, if it is compared with that password and it returns is equal to 0, if returns 0, then document dot write. So we will say password verified. Else we define, so document dot write password mismatch. Like this we are comparing. Now here the values, it is returning password verified. Suppose it is 1 2 3 4 5, something else is defined, then it should get that password mismatch. That means it will return 0. Actually, it is good for comparison with the new sorting order also. Sorting order in array I will tell you. But this is enough. It will compare one string with another string. If both are matching, then it says password verified. If not matching, then automatically it says mismatch, because it returns 0 if both are matching. If both are matching, then 0. I given just hard-coded value. You can put text boxes and write the validation. You can put text boxes and write the validation also. So That examples I will tell you later. When for that we need to learn events and all, because user have to enter password, confirm password, need to put access and this way that password is matched, right? We can design a simple example for that. So later, while creating registration forms validations, I will give you an example. Here just we are understanding method. What is the purpose of method? How that method works, right? That is what actually local compares. Local compares. So it verifies the strings and if both are equal. Next we have match function. Actually, match function is used to verify. So it is used to verify. So that means it checks, it verifies whether whether the given string is matching with a regular expression and returns or false. Regular expressions, how to write in JavaScript, I will tell you. Data types we have to learn. But important, already regular expression I told you. In HTML, we learned about patterns. In HTML, we learned about patterns. We learned about how to write a pattern and validations I told you. So that means how to verify the patterns we discussed about that. In HTML class already I told you, while discussing the forms I told you, right? Here, so this is used to verify that, right? Match is actually used to verify. For example, generally how we can handle this. See, let's create a doc type HTML header script and the type is equal to text/JavaScript. And in the body, so we defined here some your mobile. Okay, input type is equal to text and placeholder. In the placeholder we said here example it will be like +91 and 10 digits. Now ID as txt mobile. Okay, now here we are using a button and just a name as okay. Now I need to display some message, a heading, and ID is equal to MSG. Align is equal to center. Okay. Now important is when user clicks the submit button, I need to verify whether mobile is in the same format how we are asking. When submit is clicked, we need to verify whether it is in the same format how we are asking, right? I already told you, we are not learning examples. We are just learning syntaxes. So don't concentrate on this example because we will design good examples with proper CSS combination. This is just to understand the concept of why to use match. So here, what we do is first collect the value from the text box. That means here we write a function submit click. Okay, this submit click function will be executed on click of button submit click. That function will be executed. submit function will be executed. What that submit click function should first, it should mobile is accessed from document get element by id txt mobile dot value. It will get the value they entered in that mobile, where msg is equal to document get element by id msg is heading, and where regular expression. Generally regular expressions are nothing but they contain pattern, and obviously all of you know, because you have learnt html, and in html I told you while learning about forms how to write patterns. I told you here in javascript we have to write the regular expression in double slash. Regular expressions are written in double slash. In double slash we have to use regular expression slash plus 91, in the square brace 0 hyphen 9, in the flower brace 10. So that is, it should start with plus 91 and it can contain a 10 digits number. Anything else is not correct. That's how we write patterns in JavaScript. Generally we learned this in HTML. For input element I told you pattern. I given a list of meta characters and quantifiers also. You learned so many expressions how to write, I told you. So this is a regular expression to verify mobile. Now what I have to do, I have to check whether this regular expression is matching with that mobile or not. That means we have to use if mobile dot match. If mobile is matching with regular expression, then msg.inner.html is equal to so mobile verified. This message will come. I will say here mobile verified, and we will print his mobile also. That means mobile verified. I will use backtick. Mobile verified. Else we will simply put msg.inner.html saying that invalid mobile. Right? That's the point. Now I will refresh here. I'm typing some mobile number and click submits. Then it says invalid mobile, because it should start with plus 91 and it should contain a 10-digit number, and click submit. Now it is verified. If anything is not there, then it says invalid mobile. We need plus 91 and it is valid. Right? For validations, for verification, the string functions are very important. So not only string functions, how to use regular expressions also told you. How to write regular expressions I told you. Verifying password. So later in examples I will show you all of them. In a concept we will learn validations. I will tell you how to do that. But these functions will helpful. And HTML properties that you learned, regular expressions, how to write with patterns are very important. How do we write the patterns? I told you already. I gave a list of all the patterns and regular expression. That's how we write the regular expression. So what is match function? It verifies whether the given string is matching with regular expression and returns true or false. It is matching with the regular expression and returns true or false. So example, this is an example. So, and important is regular expression. You have regular, not like string type. You have to write regular expression in slash and slash. That is one important thing you need to know. So what is not here is regular expression in HTML, in expression in a expression in HTML is written as like this. That means we have input type is equal to text, pattern is equal, we write like this. So slash plus 9191 and 10, like this we write in general HTML. So and expression in JavaScript. So in JavaScript is written in a slash, two slashes. That means where expression is equal to slash and a hyphen z, like this, and 4 comma 10. That means uppercase letters 4 to 10, like this we write. That's how we write the regular expression in JavaScript. We have to enclose into slash. We need to configure that in slash and slash. This is an example of how do we write the regular expression. So that is another string function. Now, one more important option here is, so we have the options like repeat. Actually, a repeat is nothing but it is the process of copying. That means how many number of times you want to copy. When you are on old version browsers, they will not belong to the new version of JavaScript. So repeat is nothing but it will create and define duplicate copies. So for example, here, how to define repeat. Let's see one simple example how we can design repeat. So I will create one more option, string3.html. Okay, let's add a script. So function, okay, and call function. So here I will define a var str is equal to, I'm defining welcome to JavaScript. That is the string. and I will keep BR, a line break. Now what I am doing is, so I am defining document.write string. You can observe currently it will print the string. So I run this string3.html and it will print welcome to JavaScript. Now I'm using a function called repeat. In the repeat function, I'm defining number of copies to add. How many copies you want to add? 4 copies I want to add. And refresh, you can see 4 times it will print. That means number of copies, how many you want. This is later required when you are handling operations like copy paste. How many times you want to copy and how many copies you want and how much you want to paste. So you can define duplicates. That means now what it will do is it will create 4 duplicates and add to the same string. This we can control dynamically. For that controlling dynamically, you should know a lot of events later. If you know the events, then you can handle it detailedly later. That means this value we can change dynamically. We can get from another text box. And when user is selecting how many number of copies he want, it will duplicate that. That is used for repeating the strings. So if you want to copy and repeat, then you can handle this repeat option. It's a simple option, but later it will be useful, especially when we are handling like copy paste operations dynamically. So that is what actually repeat option is. How do we work with the repeat option? Next, these are all latest options. These are available from ES 5 and 6 versions only. So other versions don't have that. Yeah. Next important, replace. Replace is very common. Replace is nothing but it will search for a specific string and it will replace the string with another string. That means it can search for a given string and replace it with a new string. So it can search for given string and replace with a new string. That's what actually replace can do. How we can handle replace. Replace is used for replacing a string. And finally, it stores in some result. For example, see, welcome to JavaScript. I want to replace JavaScript. So that is what we have here. Welcome to JavaScript. I want to replace JavaScript. So that means var new string, new str is equal to str dot replace. What to replace? So first you have to tell the search value. Search value is JavaScript. Okay. With what you want to replace? TypeScript, something like this. That's what we have to define. Now we will print console, so document.write. We will print both of them. One is dollar, we will print str, and in the next line we will print new str, new string. We are printing both of them. The old string contains JavaScript and the new string contains TypeScript. So the word JavaScript is searched and it is replaced here. It will replace everywhere where it occurred. We can handle by writing the expression. We can handle by writing the expression. We need to write the logic. To replace all occurrences, we have to use a global modifiers actually. And for that, we have to identify the global by using regular expressions, we can do that. I will tell you how to do that. But currently, will not replace all occurrences. It will find out the first occurrence and replace. That's without pressure. Generally, what happens is replace only the specific one. If you want to replace all, you use some regular expressions for that. I will tell you how to use those regular expressions in examples. For that, you need to understand reference types also. Perfectly. But this is enough to understand that how do we replace? How do we replace? How do we get that? Right. That is what actually the option replace. It finds and it will replace. So that is simple example. We'll change into and display another one. And we have a search function. Search function is nothing but actually the purpose of search function is it searches a string for specified value and returns its index number where it came. That means it can search for specified string and it can show index number, which index it started. So if it returns minus, then it will be not available. That means it means that it is not available.